Peter Chapman, followed by Stuart Stevenson.
Thank you, Deputy Presiding Officer. And before I begin, I must declare an interest as a partner in a farming business. Parliament has only been back after summer recess for 2 weeks, and already I have met with some of the key players in Scotland's food and drink success story. Last week I attended a reception held by the Scotch Whisky Association, and Scotch whisky has enjoyed a record-breaking exports in 2017, growing in both volume and value to a total of £4.36 billion. Last night I attended an event hosted by the Food and Drink Federation Scotland, discussing the diversity of careers available in this ever-growing sector. The food and drink sector now employs over 45,000 people, which equates to an astonishing 25% of Scotland's manufacturing workforce. The target set out to grow our food and drink industry's worth to £30 billion by 2030 is ambitious, and it is wholly reliant on the production of the raw materials on which our iconic food brands are built. And these raw materials are, of course, produced by our farmers and fishermen. However, our farmers are rightly concerned that up until now they have not shared in this food and drink success story or seen any reduction in the continued pressure on their margins. The Scottish farming industry must grow and prosper along with the rest of the sector. And the prize that Brexit offers is the opportunity to design our own support system better suited to our farmers' needs. We all know the CAP is flawed, and we can do better. However, this opportunity has not been grasped by this government, but rather Brexit is being used as a delaying and scare tactic. Let's be clear. I believe the SNP wants Brexit to fail to further their own political agenda. Yes, if you wish.
Marie Gougeon.
I have to say that I absolutely object to Peter Chapman's statement there, when this government at every single stage has done nothing but go out of its way to work with the UK government at every level to try and work in the best interests in the people of Scotland. And at every single turn, we have been ignored.
Peter Chapman.
I completely and utterly reject that. That is not what we have seen at all from this side. They've done everything to build up grievance between this place and Westminster all along the whole process. No, not at all. Let's be clear. I'll say it again. I believe the SNP wants Brexit to fail to further their own political agenda. This was clear in June, when months behind schedule, they released another consultation with more questions than answers. Our farmers need a clearer outline of how this SNP government will structure and develop its own agricultural rural policy. Yes, I have no time, I'm sorry. Yes, stability is needed in the short term. But where is the long-term vision for this industry? In the past 2 weeks, this government has cut the new entrance capital grant scheme with nothing to replace it. The Cabinet Secretary has warned that LFAS will be cut by 20% in 2019 and 80% in 2020. Another scare tactic, as it is in his hands to decide what support Scottish farmers should receive. So I call on the Cabinet Secretary to start making decisions and stop scaremongering.
Fergus Ewing.
Well, could I just remind Mr Chapman that I said in this chamber, and I repeat it now, and I've said it to local farmers and NFU members, that we are absolutely committed to finding a way to avoid that reduction in LFAS from 80% to 20%.
Peter Chapman.
I welcome the Cabinet Secretary's words, and I hope that he gets on and does exactly what he says and makes something happen. The announcement that farmers will receive 90% of the basic payments in October is also helpful, as this will provide a much-needed cash injection to many under pressure due to the huge rise in feed and fodder prices caused by the summer drought. So while I welcome this, it is no more than was done last year, so it in no way addresses the serious increased costs facing livestock farmers this winter. Our farmers deserve better, our farmers deserve more. For example, I wrote to Mr Ewing, asked him to support the NFUS proposal to request a derogation of the three-crop rule and a shortening of the EFA fallow period from the European Commission. These measures would have had a significant positive impact for our farmers' ability to plan ahead and to alleviate the extreme shortage of winter feed. These derogations would have cost the government nothing, and yet no action has been taken, and I haven't even received a reply. So where do we go from here? The threadbare programme for government has not a mention of an agricultural bill, showing complete disregard for our farmers. Presiding officer, in the short time left, I need to speak about the important part our fish sector adds to our food and drink industry. Many people are unaware of the fact that our biggest food export is not beef or sheep, but farmed salmon. We produce 177,000 tonnes of salmon, and much of this is exported to 60 countries right across the world. And our fishermen work hard in often dangerous conditions to put food on our table. 2/3 of the world's langoustines are
Come to
sourced
a
in
close,
Scottish
please,
waters.
Mr. Chapman.
I will come to a finish. I would just like to